There are so many options when it comes to guitars nowadays that picking one can feel overwhelming. And then when it comes to guitar accessories, there are a ton of things to choose from. So, how do you know which ones are really important and which ones do you need and which ones can you get by without? Well, hello, my name is Bryce, and in this video, I'm going to talk about 5 guitar accessories that I would recommend for beginners. And with each category that I talk about, I am going to have a recommendation or two, but obviously if you can get stuff for free from people, then that would be my first choice. And apologies in advance, I'm dealing with a little bit of congestion, so that's why I sound like this. Number 1 is guitar straps. And unless you know that you're going to be sitting down 100% of the time and you do not need a guitar strap, then I would definitely recommend you get one. Now, this one that I have right here is the Ernie Ball Jacquard strap. It goes for roughly $20 new, and it comes in a variety of design styles and also colors. So if you want something with like a cool design on it, then I would recommend this. But I also recommend the D'Addario Auto Lock guitar strap, and that one I believe goes for roughly $30 as of filming. And that one is also like a really good guitar strap in my opinion. I find both of them to be comfortable, and I've reviewed both of them on my channel, so if you want to see those reviews, then go check those out. But I don't recommend with a guitar strap getting something that's necessarily the cheapest. I do have a cheaper Ernie Ball strap. I think it costs like maybe like between $5 and $8 or something like that. I do not find that one to be as comfortable. The strap ends, I do find they are durable. They seem durable at least. I haven't had it for too long, but the strap itself I don't find to be too comfortable. But don't get caught up in all of the like materials and whatnot. I recommend just going to a store if you can and trying out some different ones, like maybe a leather one, a cotton one, and then like a nylon one. These ones are like, I think these are made of nylon or neoprene or something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head. But again, if you're looking for recommendations, the Ernie Ball Jacquard strap or the D'Addario Auto Lock guitar strap. Number 2, guitar picks, also known as plectrums. And this is easy to get kind of confused and lost in, so I just recommend if you're starting out, get some form of variety pack. I know that Fender does a variety pack, and I know that Jim Dunlop also does a variety pack. And the reason why you would want to get one of those is because 1, they're relatively inexpensive, and for 2, they let you try out a bunch of different things, because I've been playing for over 10 years and I do not have like a number 1 pick where I'm like, this is my favorite pick. So I started out on using the Fender Variety Pack, which I think they say things like, in terms of thickness, they say like light, medium, or heavy on them. But when I switched to Jim Dunlop, it has like the millimeter. So like this is 1.14 and this is a Gator, I think, Gator Grip or something like that. So right now, this is the pick that I'm using, but I used to use Fender picks, and I've also used a variety of Jim Dunlop picks over the years as well. So just get a variety pack of some type. Number 3 is a guitar tuner of some type. Now, depending on what you're plugging into, whether that's an amp or maybe you're plugging into your computer, you might already have some form of tuner in the amp or on your computer or whatever. But I like having a little clip-on tuner, 1, because they're relatively inexpensive. This is the D'Addario one. I think this one is like less than 30 bucks or something. And I've also used the Fender clip-on tuner, and I like that one as well. I don't really like this one for my 8-string guitar, but if you're just starting out, you're most likely not starting out on an 8-string guitar, but it has a hard time with the low 2 strings. So on most 6-string guitars, this should work just fine, and it's just nice having a physical clip-on tuner. You could also go with a pedal route, but that is going to be a little bit more expensive. So if you're looking for something just starting out, I would recommend a clip-on tuner, and again, I've used the ones from D'Addario and from Fender. Number 4 is a guitar cable. So if you are playing acoustic electric or electric guitar, then definitely get one of these. If you're playing just an acoustic guitar, then you probably aren't going to need one of these. But they come in a variety of lengths, and also the jacks can either be straight like this or they can be angled as well. I don't have a ton of experience when it comes to angled jacks, so I'm only going to talk about the straight jacks. But this is a D'Addario, I think it's called like a stage cable or something like that. When I got this a few years ago, it was around $30, and I think they're now around $50. I could be wrong, but I do realize that that can seem a lot for a guitar cable, but I've been very pleased with this, and again, have had it for a couple of years and have had no issues with it. But alternatively, I also have an Ernie Ball flex cable, which is a lot longer than this. I think this is either a 10 or 15. I think it's a 10-foot cable, but the Ernie Ball flex cable that I have, I believe, is like 20 feet. So my recommendation would just be, if you're going to be closer to what you're plugging into, get a shorter cable. If you're going to be further away from what you're plugging into, consider getting a longer cable. And like I mentioned, I believe this cable is around $50 now. So if you don't want to pay that, the Ernie Ball Flex cable was less. I think it's maybe around $30. And then I have had unnamed cables that I either got for free or whatever, and they didn't last very long. So I would recommend spending a little bit of money on these just to make sure you get a good quality one. Again, you could check out things from Ernie Ball or D'Addario, but if you want to go the high end, maybe look at Mogami, but those I think are like 70, 80s dollars plus. And just as a quick disclaimer, I do not have a Mogami cable, but I've heard many good things about them, and I'm probably going to get one of those cables in the future. And the number 5 is a guitar stand of some variety. So this one is called like Musician's Gear or something. I don't know. I got it a few years ago, I think from Guitar Center as like a 2-for-1 bundle, but I would get a stand that's like that, where you've got the top part here and it's got something that can hold the guitar in, and then it's got the stem, and then you've got the part that the guitar rests on at the bottom. And I know what you may be thinking, well, I could just lean it up against something like my wall or my amp, or I could just throw it on my bed or whatever. And I hear you on that, and I understand, but just having a separate stand is so nice because, one, it's a designated spot where it's out of the way, and two, I've had my guitar leaned up against amps and on the wall before, and they have fallen over. So having a separate stand is just like a good peace of mind thing. And I will say, if I had to go out and buy a stand today, I would probably get one from, there's a company called Rocket. I think those stands go for like around $15 or so. I have a Rocket rack that I really enjoy. So if I had to go out and get a stand today, it would be that. But if you wanted to get something a little more high end, maybe like a Hercules, but I think that those go for like $55 or $60. But I would recommend having a guitar stand of some variety. So if you're just starting out, I would recommend having these 5 accessories: a guitar strap, guitar picks or plectrums, a tuner, a cable, and then a guitar stand. Now, I'm going to make a follow-up video where I talk about additional guitar accessories that are nice to have, but that I don't really believe are essential when you're just starting out. So if you're just looking for a good starting place, I would recommend getting those 5. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching this video, and until next time, stay cool like a cloud and have a great day.